Just to inform all our participants, for those who want to have this session in Hindi, they can join the Hindi link. The session here will continue in English. A parallel session is running in Hindi also. Yes, sir. Okay. We can continue.
Thank you so much, Vanchanaji. And I welcome all the students to this holistic human health course. And it's a wonderful opportunity for all of us to share our views and give this wonderful knowledge, which is very, very essential for all the students. And I welcome all of you on behalf of the doctors team who has formulated, formulated this holistic health course. So I would like to ask you a few questions, and like you can just answer in your chat window, whether it is in YouTube or in the Zoom link, and you can just type your name, branch, and college so that we'll get familiar with your this thing. And I would also like to know, because this is a health session, what are your expectations from this health course? That is what I'll be more interested to know about. And what are your health goals for this year? So what would you like to achieve, whether to lose weight or gain weight or become more stronger, more immunity? I would like to just see what all you want to achieve. And do you agree that we all have lots and lots of potential and it needs to be explored? The hidden potential, we have unlimited energy and potential, and we can take our mind and body to the next level, but it needs exploration, it needs guidance. So do you agree for all these things, all these questions? Okay, so can we see the yes, okay. Do we have Dr. Sushila with us?
Yes, we have Dr. Sushila also. Dr. Sushila.
Sushila, help me with the responses. I am unable to see it here.
Okay, sir. I'll do that for you. We are
Yes.
getting a number of responses in the chat. You have asked for name and all. So the
Yes.
students are putting forth their names.
Yes.
Regarding the health goals, some
Yes.
of the students are mentioning
Yes.
that they want to be fit
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
This is one of the goals which they are mentioning.
Yes.
Some others, you can just write your fitness goals or whatever your goals, health goals are there. You can just put that. Right now they're putting their names because you first of all ask their names and
Yes.
branch. So they're putting that.
Okay.
Mr. Ajitab Krishna, one of the student is saying, I want to get health tips so that I remain healthy.
Okay.
Another person is saying that healthy mind is a healthy body. So we all want to stay fit.
Okay.
And one of them is saying to maintain weight. I want health tips so that I can maintain my weight. And some of these students this is Leena from Tamil Nadu. She's saying, I want to stay fit and healthy,
Yes.
remain, immune system should be strong.
Yes.
Hiten Samalia is saying, he's from Panipat Institute of Engineering and Technology. My expectation is absolute peace of mind, fitness, weight loss, healthy food techniques, and health tips from you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
So actually, this holistic human health workshop, we were supposed to conduct this workshop long back. And you all know coronavirus has forced us to change many of our ways of dealing with life. It taught us many lessons and has also shown us what can happen if man tries to go against nature. So people thought that SMS will help us escape coronavirus. You know, sanitization, masks, social distancing, all are very, very essential. But sadly, countries which maintain highest levels of hygiene, they also failed to stop the spread of this virus. All over the world, people started wondering what can keep us safe and protected from this virus. And of course, people are waiting for vaccines, but they are not still available for common public. And so many vaccines are under trials. Yesterday, in an interview, exclusive interview with the CNN, director of AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Dr. Randeep Guleria, he said that vaccine for common man will not be available till 2022. Till 2022. So he also said that vaccine is not a magic bullet, and COVID will not vanish with vaccination. And of course, we all know that COVID vaccine will not give protection from other viruses and bacteria which may arrive in future. We can't hide inside our homes for months together whenever a new virus arrives. And people who are getting badly affected by this virus are actually people who are suffering with lifestyle disorders. So, like lifestyle disorders, these are called non-communicable disorders, also diseases. They are killing 40 million people every year worldwide. It is almost equivalent to 70% of all deaths globally, according to WHO. So can anyone list a few lifestyle disorders they know? Non-communicable lifestyle disorders?
So one of the student is saying obesity,
Yes.
cancer, diabetes.
Yes.
These are some of the lifestyle disorders.
True.
Uh,
So like
and
lifestyle disorders are the diseases we get if our lifestyle is not good. If you are not sleeping in time, not getting up in time, not eating in time, not doing sufficient physical activity, if our mind is not peaceful, stressful, we are in pollution, and if the lifestyle is bad, any organ in our body can get affected. As you can see, cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases to the lung, autoimmune disorders are the diseases where our own immune system attacks our own body cells and causes diseases which are very, very dangerous, like rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, vasculitis, and ankylosing spondylitis, so many other diseases, chronic liver failure, chronic renal failure, kidney failure, diabetes, cancer, like, you know. So these are all lifestyle disorders, and we are inviting them because our lifestyle is not good. And WHO, World Health Organization, says that forces behind these lifestyle disorders is rapid unplanned urbanization, globalization of unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy diet, lack of physical activity. So these are the major challenges. And what are the solutions given by WHO? They say that we have to detect these diseases, we have to screen, we have to do so many tests, and we have to treat. The two, early detection and timely treatment is a solution, and they have set some targets also for this, to reduce the lifestyle disorders. But should we act after the disease enters our body? Should we wait till the disease appears on the when we do the screening, or should we do something to prevent the appearance of the disease in the first case? What is the solution? This is what we need to understand. Okay, so solution is very simple. It is a complex problem, I agree, but the solution is to have a healthy lifestyle. And we need to get this knowledge from all the healthcare systems working towards preserving the health of a healthy human being. Okay, healthy people. And we have to implement this knowledge to design a very nice and healthy lifestyle. So people now have started thinking about strengthening immunity, protecting their own health. Unfortunately, too much of information available online regarding positive health is in bits and pieces. It is in the form of health tips, do's and don'ts, or rules and regulations. Sometimes using this incomplete information about this diet or that fasting, this herbal decoction or that energy supplement, this exercise routine or that yoga program, it is more like a quick fix, and it is resulting in adverse reactions. And we don't need such half-baked information. Actually, we need a proper system which can educate us about maintaining health. But if we look into our education system, right from the primary education till the university education, children are spending 20 to 25 years in the whole entire education system, but we are not able to provide any authentic knowledge about the right practices to preserve the health of a healthy human being. Many of us are unaware of the fact that we are all prone to life-threatening diseases because of the bad food choices, bad lifestyle choices, and bad mental state. Parents and teachers ask students not to fall sick, especially during exam times. But we never teach them what to do to stay healthy always. We want students to focus and give undivided attention to their studies. But we never teach them scientific ways to improve their focus and concentration. But what if we can provide our students authentic practical knowledge comprising universal health principles and help students apply these principles in their own life so that they will never become sick? Do you think health should be a part of our education system? What is your opinion? Should we include positive health as a part of our education system in all, irrespective of the course? It should be a part of education system or not?
So many of our participants are saying, sir, yes, it should be an integral part of our education system.
True.
Non-stop, they're saying definitely it has to be part of our education system. This
Yes.
is something which they all are missing.
Great. So, if you look into the definition of health, Oxford English Dictionary says that the state of being free from illness or injury is health. But this definition has been changed by WHO. WHO says it is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Long back in our own Indian tradition, Shushrutaracharya, who is the first surgeon and also father of surgery for the entire surgeons in the world, he defined health like this: samadosha samagnischa samadhatu malakriya prasanna atmendriya manaha swastha ityabdiyate. It's exactly like the definition of WHO. So not just the each and every organ should function properly. Along with our internal organs, our atma, indriyas or sense organs, manas, mind, everything should be in a wonderful pleasant state. Then only we are healthy. That is what both WHO and our Indian tradition says about health. So, how we are going to conduct this health workshop? I'll give you a simple idea. So, whatever we are telling here is not a prescription for you. The content is not a no, it's a non-prescriptive content. We will place proposals based on universal health principles before you, and we want you to consider these principles and explore these principles. And we want you to verify these proposals, whatever we say, from your own life experiences. You can see whether the right understanding in you, right knowledge in you is accepting it logically, whatever proposals we are giving. And if these proposals make sense, implement them in your own life and experience the results. And once you get the results, share them, these results, these principles with others only after experiencing them practically in your own life. This is our approach to this workshop. So we all know that health is, as just now we told you, that health has to be both physical, mental, and even social levels. So when we want harmony in health, we want harmony in health in different levels. Today, I think most of the students got introduced to universal human values. So as an individual, we need all to be always to be healthy. And if I am healthy and if my family members are not healthy, then also I will not be healthy. I have a risk of getting infected or getting some other disease from my own family members. So my family should always be healthy along with me. And even if my family is healthy, people around me, if my society is not healthy, then also I may not stay healthy forever. So my society, people around me should also be healthy. And even if my society is healthy, this entire nature should be healthy. So if the air, water, sun, soil, if they are not pure, if there is some problem with the nature, if the human being is continuously exploiting the nature and damaging the nature, then also I will not be healthy. So we need harmony in health at all the four levels. So whatever we are going to propose, this is just a proposal. So we will be telling you so many principles. Do not assume them to be true or false. You have to verify them logically, and then you have to implement them in your own life. So the whole workshop will be like it is a process of dialogue. It starts with as a dialogue between me and you, and it soon should become a dialogue within you, your own self, and you should apply these principles in your own life. So, and whatever we are proposing today, we will tell you, give you a brief idea about the basic principles And these basic principles, they should be, we feel that they are based on the reality, the way things are. And then from tomorrow onwards, we will be giving you guidelines. These guidelines will be based on these basic principles, like what to do to be healthy always. Then we will give you wonderful examples to help you in the process of implementation. So how to do all these things, you need to do what exactly the how exactly the way things are, and what to do to stay healthy, and how to practice these principles. So, and yes, basic principles, as I told you, these are all universal principles. Universal principles means these principles, they should be applicable to all human beings in all time. They should be, if now today this principle should be applicable, 100 years back also they should be applicable, and after 100 years also they should be true. And they should not depend upon sect or creed or nationality or race or gender, and everywhere they should be applicable, and they should be logical, they should make sense, and they should be amenable to logical reasoning, and you should be able to verify them on the basis of your natural acceptance. I think today you were introduced to the concept of natural acceptance in universal human values. And don't just believe these proposals just because we are saying so, just because human values workshop is telling so. And these principles should lead you to harmony, harmony for you, and for harmony in health for everything around you. So this is what is we are going to do. And someone in the chat window told us that they need health tips. Yeah, there are so many health tips available, and they are in the form of do's and don'ts, rules and regulations. But what we are going to give you are principles. They are like proposals, and they will be subjected to self verification. You should verify them. Normally tips, na, you like assume that whatever the person who is telling it is true, and it is based on preconditioning. But here you should know the principles, you should understand them, and you should also experience them. And when I just tell you some tips, I'll tell you, if you do this, you will get a six pack, you will lose weight or something like that. I'm giving you external motivation. Or if you don't do this, you might get obesity. If you don't do this, you will get this disease, that disease. So the motivation here is external. I'm giving some incentive or fear as a motivation. But here, when we teach health principles, they should give you self motivation. You should motivate yourself once you understand these principles. And these principles are unconditional. Okay, so once you get the discipline, self discipline, and once you organize yourself in a proper way, once you make your lifestyle better, automatically you will reach all your health goals. So this is what we are going to teach in this workshop. So before understanding health, we will try to understand human being. So most of you have attended this universal health human values workshop. So there we have proposed that human being is a coexistence of self and body, not just body. Most of us identify ourselves only with our body, but apart from our body there is something else. We call it, in our workshop we call it self. So self is there and body is also there. And here if you see, what we all need money, but money will be able to give us physical facilities. Physical facilities are the need of body, and for self we need happiness. And this was, I think, very clearly explained in the universal human values workshop. And we all know that physical facilities alone will not give us continuous happiness. So body needs physical facilities and self needs happiness. And human being is a coexistence of both body and self. And body needs nurturing, protection, right utilization. All the physical facilities will help us in nurturing our own body, protecting our own body, and right utilization of our own body. Okay, so self will decide what to select for nurturing our body, what to select for protecting our own body, how to rightly utilize our own body. So self will decide. This is our first proposal. So if you look at this slide, human being is a coexistence of self and body, which we already know. And the needs of our body, if you see, these needs, we need certain physical facilities for our body which are temporary in nature. We need food only 3 times a day or 4 times a day or 2 times a day. We don't need food continuously. We don't need you know like bathing or uh, exercise or anything which requires to maintain the body. It is temporary in nature. We don't need continuously. But when it comes to self, we need happiness. We need so many feelings which improve our happiness, which will help us stay happy always, and needs of ourself are continuous. And we can quantify the body. I need this much food, this much exercise, this much air, this much water, this much sunshine. We can quantify. But the feelings we need for self, they are only we can just imagine the quality of the feelings. We can't say this much respect, this much trust, this much gratitude. We can't quantify these feelings which are needs of self. And these needs of self are always fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. And physiochemical things are the things which will fulfill our needs of our body. So needs of our body cannot be fulfilled by right understanding and right feelings, and needs of our self cannot be fulfilled by physicochemical things. And this, I think, was clearly in detail with examples explained in Universal Human Values course. So both types of needs have to be understood separately, and both types of needs have to be fulfilled separately. But but self is the one who understands the needs of both body and self. This is our proposal here. So when I say needs of a body, I remember a small story. My uncle went to a memory training institute because he was having some problem with remembering things, and he attended a workshop of 1 month, in-house workshop. And he came back, and I went to meet my uncle and asked him, how was this workshop? He said, wonderful, wonderful, Sundar. I think you should also attend this workshop. They taught us so many techniques, and I can remember and recollect anything using these techniques. And I got impressed, and I told him, what is this workshop and what is the name of that institute? I asked my uncle, and uncle told me the name of this institute is the name of the institute is name of this institute is wait, I'll apply my techniques. Can you tell me the name of this rose, the name of this flower, which is I said rose, no, lily, no, it is in this water, lotus. Yeah, but there is another name in Sanskrit na, for lotus. I said Padmam. Yes. Padmavati. He called my aunt. Padmavati, what is the name of that institute I went to attend for training, memory training? So my uncle, he forgot the basic thing of his life, that is the name of his wife. So we also tend to forget basic needs or to nurture for our own body generally. Like for example, I'll ask you, what are the things we need to survive on this planet, to just live? What are the most basic needs? Can you type? Hello?
Yes, they're
Yes,
typing
sir.
food, water,
Water, air,
air.
Yes, oxygen.
oxygen.
Yes,
One more thing.
air. We are getting so many responses from our
Water,
students.
air, oxygen, and one more thing is there. Most basic need.
Food.
Food, they
They're
already
putting
told.
Food, water, air. What else?
Mhm. Sunlight.
participants are putting answers. Sunlight. They're
Sunlight.
putting
Even the sunlight is not there, we might survive for a few days. Yes, yeah. And sunlight is also very important. Anything else? One more important thing
One
there.
more very important and very basic thing we all require on everyday basis. Yes, someone typed yes, sleep.
Yes. So
okay.
Sleep, no, without shelter, without clothes also we might be able to survive, but without sleep we will not be able to survive beyond 11 days. Without food we can survive for 50 days, but without sleep we can't survive beyond 11 days. But okay, now that we know that we need air, water, food, sleep, sunlight, do we know exactly the way in which we need to consume these things? Like, how much air do we need? Can anyone type in how much air do we need? Now you might be wondering, what is this question? How will we quantify?
Someone is putting 15 liters.
15
Somebody is saying can't
Someone
count.
90.
Okay, I'll
Infinitely
ask you one more question. What is the organ which will float? What is our organ in our body which can float in water?
Yes.
They're putting answer as lungs.
Yes,
Yes.
lungs. True, true, true. So lungs, the lung capacity, we all have this lung capacity. So if we fill this lungs completely with air, they can take in 6 liters of air. Okay. So in one inspiration, in one inhalation, we can take in 2.5 liters of air actually. But on an average, human beings are only taking half liter of air. Like we are using only 20% of our own lung capacity. If someone is giving you free Wi-Fi or free data or some data every day, 2 GB per day or 3 GB per day, will you use only 20% of the data? But unfortunately, we are using only 20% of our lung capacity. So today morning, there was this yoga workshop where the trainer was asking us to breathe in and do the breathing through the abdomen. And someone asked that while I'm breathing in, the abdomen is going inside, but the trainer is asking us to bring it outside. So which is the right way? Whether breathing in, while breathing in, the abdomen should come out or go in? What is the right way? Because morning the question was unanswered. Someone asked the question, but it was unanswered. What is the right way? While breathing in, the abdomen should come out or go in?
Yeah, most of them are telling to come out.
It's come out. Yes, they are saying it should come out.
Yes.
Some are
Yes.
saying it's a confusion.
Yeah.
They don't
So
have
there is a
clarity.
confusion, because if you put your hand on your stomach and breathe in, many people say that in workshop they say that while they are breathing in, the stomach is going inside. It's like breathing in a wrong way. So we need to understand what is the right way of taking air, how to take, how much to take, and we will discuss all these things in detail. Actually, how much water we need to take. Uh, can anyone type in how much water we need to take?
So somebody is saying 6 liters. Somebody is saying 3 liters.
Glasses.
Somebody is saying 8 glasses.
Huh. So still there is a confusion. There is difference in opinions.
4
We
liters,
exact
3 liters, 7 liters.
So we need to know how much water we need to take, when not to take, what type of water to take. So these are all basic things. Of course, our workshop scope is much beyond that, but we need to understand these things. How much food we have to take, how to take, when to take, what not to take, and what are the different types of foods, and what are the foods which are compatible to me, and what are the foods which are not compatible to my own body. And there are so many foods which are incompatible with each other if we mix them together. Like if you mix milk and fruits, they are incompatible with each other. There are so many principles behind all these questions. We need to understand these principles first. If I just prescribe you, take this food, you will become healthy, or you will cure your problem, that will not be sufficient. You need to understand the basic principles behind each and everything we need to stay healthy. Right way of cooking, wrong way of cooking, and how much what is good sleep, how much sleep we need, when to sleep, how to sleep. Each and everything is guided by universal health principles. And once we understand these principles,
आयुर्वेद के बहुत बड़े डॉक्टर हैं सर.
okay.
Someone is asking some question.
Huh, okay. So now I am just showing you a glimpse of the entire workshop, the scope of this workshop for the next 10 days, what we are going to do, what we are going to include in this workshop. And there are some things which are out of the scope that also we will conduct separate workshops as and when we get a chance. But if you see this workshop, we call it as holistic human health. And there are two parts. One part is understanding part, and the second part is application part. In the understanding part, we'll understand what is human being. We already know human being is a coexistence of self and body. And now we also have to understand whether we are healthy or not. Body continuously tells us, gives us wonderful signals, and self will decide what to do with these signals. But do we really know the art of communicating with our own body? How to understand the signals body continuously tells us? How to determine whether we are healthy or not? Generally, just to know whether we are healthy or not, we will go to a lab and we will get some tests done, full medical checkup. Is it enough? So how to just know whether we are healthy or not? We need to understand the art of communicating with our own body. And of course, we also should understand the purpose of holistic health. What is the purpose of holistic health? If you don't know why we need to be healthy, people think that health means having a six pack, or having a zero size body, or with this health I want to win an Olympic medal, or something like that. If that is only the purpose of health, many people are using some really dangerous chemicals, steroids, hormonal injections, artificial health supplements, muscle building chemicals, and all these things, just to achieve their own perspective, goal of health, which might not be the real purpose of health. And some people are really damaging their body in pursuit of health. So we need to understand the purpose of holistic health, and we need to see that there is already harmony in health, in our body, in our entire environment. All we have to do is sync with that harmony, and we need to understand the principles governing the body. Once we understand this, we need to understand the application part, which we will tell you in the coming sessions. But the application part is like two parts. Like, one is keeping the body and self in harmony always, and the second part is, if there is any disturbance in this harmony, we need to return back to harmony. So these two things will be the application part. In this, again, application part, you might have seen in universal human values, they would have told you, like, we need to nurture the body, we need to protect the body, and we need to utilize the body in a right way. So in nurturing part, we need to understand the intake, routine, labor, exercise, asana, pranayam, meditation. All these things should be covered and will be covered in this workshop. And in the protection part, what kind of clothing we need to wear, what kind of footwear, what kind of shelter, kind of ventilation, what kind of airflow should be there in your working place, bedroom, kitchen. There are so many things which affect our health. We need to know how to protect our own body and self. And if there is any small disturbance due to any reason, body immediately will communicate with us that there is some problem. And in a very initial stage, we will be able to detect these disturbances, and we will be able to just get back to harmony by correcting our diet, correcting our lifestyle, correcting our routine with some simple modifications in exercise, asanas, breathing. So this is the way we need to stay healthy. And we also should understand how to achieve harmony in health in our family level, in our society level, in our natural level. And there are so many other topics, like understanding our own individual constitution, understanding the concept of regeneration, revitalization, and reproductive and sexual health. So many things are in the scope of this workshop. Let us see how we can go about this workshop. So I would like to introduce some of the basic principles in this we will be going to discuss, and how we will be implementing, and examples of these things we will be discussing in next days. But now I will just give you a simple understanding of these basic principles. So first principle is, body is a material unit. So it's just like every other material unit in this nature. It is made up of material substances which are naturally present in nature, like water, air, and all these things. And the needs of body are also material needs, physiochemical things, like food. We need food, we need water, we need air, we need sunlight. So all we need for our body are physiochemical things. And all these needs are temporary in nature, because body is a temporary unit. So all the needs are also in temporary nature. So all these material units are temporary, and body is also temporary. Body grows from a seed, like a sperm and ovum, from embryo to newborn to child, and it becomes adult and elderly, and eventually we all die. We know that fact. So body's needs are temporary, and we need them time to time, not in continuity. Someone asked me in another workshop, sir, like, we need air, and air we need continuously now. So you can't say that we need air temporarily. So that is one question I usually get in workshops. Yes, we need air, and we don't need air continuously. If we continuously take air in without bringing the air out, our lungs will burst. We all know. So we need air for a moment of time. Then we need to bring that air outside of our body. Continuously, we can't breathe in. Okay. So needs of the body are temporary, and there is this self organization in this body. From a single cell, the whole body grows into a huge harmony of trillions of cells working together. It's a beautiful picture when you just imagine. The body is inherently in harmony in itself, and is in harmony with the natural environment. Okay. So it is always in harmony, it tries to be in harmony unless we disturb it. All the parts of the body are organized in an orderly manner. Like, these trillions of cells in the body are organized into tissues, organs, organ systems. So, and they work together. If nobody is telling our lungs to remove this carbon dioxide from the blood and again inject this oxygen into this blood, nobody is telling our heart to circulate this blood properly, nobody is telling our kidneys to purify our blood. All are doing these things by themselves. We are not telling them to do. And they are working in a beautiful harmony. They are working together. And they are working for the larger good of the body as a whole. And this harmony is already there. All we have to do is to know how to correct our lifestyle so that we will not disturb this beautiful harmony. And that is what we are going to learn. And as we already told you in universal human values, body exists in coexistence with the self. So I am not just my own body. I am my body, and also I am myself. My body and myself are always in coexistence with each other. They are separate entities. Body is separate, I am separate, but self and body are always in coexistence. So this is a beautiful principle. If we understand it properly and implement this principle in day-to-day life, if we know that body is always communicating with the self, it is always in coexistence with the self, and self just needs to understand the signals of the body. And by just understanding the signal, self can be able to keep this body always healthy. That is what we need to understand. Yes. And principle of body coexisting with other units of nature. See, we are always in coexistence with our external environment, whether it is animals and birds. We need them. We need plants and trees. We need rocks and soil. We need earth. We need air, water, fire. And we are also in sync with the sun, moon. If you look at this beautiful thing called circadian rhythm, and this which is a biological clock happening inside our body, it is always in tune with the nature. If the sun is at its peak, for example at 12 p.m. 12 in the noon, what happens? The digestive capacity, it is at its peak. You will be able to digest anything which is even if it is heavy food, you will be able to easily digest it, because at that particular point of time, body reacts to the outer external environment, and it is in sync with the moon cycle, sun cycle, earth cycle, earth is revolving around this sun, and many changes happen in the external world, and our body reacts with it. It is in coexistence with the external environment. And if we know what happens, like for example, when the sun sets, the digestive capacity decreases. So when the digestive capacity decreases, if we eat a lot of food, body will not be able to digest it. And when the sun sets during the night time, in the body, so many beautiful changes happen. For example, a beautiful hormone called enzyme called melatonin gets secreted inside our body, which will help in getting us early sleep, and also helps in regenerating our own body, taking away all the bad cells and building new strong cells, taking the food and and energizing the body, generating the energy. So many beautiful things happen inside the body. But this melatonin, you know it gets secreted according to the sun cycle, moon cycle. Night, almost at 9 o'clock it gets secreted. And if you expose your body to artificial light, the secretion of melatonin will get decreased. So many good things which are supposed to happen in our body will not happen. So we need to understand this relationship with our body. This entire nature is always in harmony with our own body. So if we understand that we are always in coexistence with our nature, and if we understand the principles and how to implement these principles in our own life, we will always stay healthy. And these are some principles which are related to the self is a unit of consciousness. As I told you, body is a material unit, just like soil, air, water. It's a material unit, whereas self is a conscious unit. And while body is gross, self is subtle. So self, we can't say that self is here or there. You can just feel that self is there. And self needs knowledge, right understanding, so that it will be able to keep the body always healthy. And as I told you, self is always in coexistence with the body, and self is central to human existence. So body, generally what happens is we identify ourselves with our body. So if I think I am my body, I always think that I have to keep my body beautiful, and I should get respect from others by making my body beautiful, or I should decorate it with so many things. This is what we think. We identify ourselves with our own body, but actually self is central to human existence. There is this interaction between self and body. This interaction is in the form of exchange of information. Always body gives some information to the self, and then self orders body to do this, do that, like this. No material transaction takes place between self and body. And with the help of the sense organs in the body, self pays attention to and reads the body's signals, processes, interprets these signals, comes to some conclusion or decision, then gives instructions to the body which the body always follows. Body will do whatever you want it to do. See, if you are feeling hungry, body is telling that it is time to have food. You need energy. But you have something very important to do, and you will say, no, I will not eat now. Body will say, okay, I will not eat. Again, after half an hour or 1 hour, it will remind you that you need food. No, you'll say, no, I have another important work. Body will say, okay. If you feel sleepy, body says you need rest. But you say, no, I have a very important exam tomorrow, I have to read. Body will say, okay. So continuously body will obey the orders of self. So self uses body like a tool or instrument. And self is a self-organized unit. There is organization, self-organization in the self. And self has a need for happiness, and that too in continuity. Self needs happiness. If there is a stress, anxiety, tension, irritation, fear, mental stress building up always in the self, then it directly affects the body. So we need continuous happiness to stay healthy. So what we will get this happiness? A right understanding and right feeling within the self. It leads to happiness and harmony in the self. And when the self is always in harmony, when the self is always happy, and this continuity of this happiness is being maintained, then self will be able to take the right decision and lead the body towards health. So, principle of coexistence with other beings and nature. Human being, there is a coexistence of self and body. Self is there, body is there, there is always coexistence is there, and this coexistence is also there with other human beings. Man is a social animal, so I am there and my family members are there, my society, my colleagues, my boss, my subordinates. I coexist with all the other human beings. I interact with them, I have a relationship with them, and my harmony in health depends upon my existence or coexistence with other human beings. If my relationship with other human beings is always tense, I'm always in anxiety, I'm always consumed with fear or anger, then I will not be able to maintain harmony in health, because these feelings, though they are in the self, they trigger harmful changes in our own human body, in our various organs. So suddenly if I feel anxious, so excess acid production happens in my stomach, which leads to acidity, ulcer formation, or my BP will increase. So many, like, there is a direct relationship between what is happening in the self and what is happening in the body. Similarly, so my coexistence with my entire family and extended family, my society, my fellow beings, it also decides my harmony in health. Human being is also in coexistence with other units of this nature, material units and conscious units, and human being always interacts with them. Plants and trees, they take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen, and we need oxygen. If they are not, if they cut all the trees in my locality, oxygen levels will come down. So I am always in coexistence with plants, animals. We think, some vegetarians think, what have I do with animals? But animals are in turn helping all the plants for pollination, for dispersal of seeds, for so many things. Animals, these animals again, they die, they get mixed into this soil, they enrich the soil, and this soil again enriches the plant. So we are always in coexistence with, we have to exist with these plants, animals, and entire units of nature. So I am dependent upon all these units of nature for my own survival. If this air is not pure, if this water is not pure, if the soil is depleted with, there are the fertility of the soil is decreased, so each and everything will have a direct impact on my health. Now, here, this is the place where we get to execute what we understand from this workshop of 10 days. So we have this free choice. In interaction with other units in nature, self is always free to make a choice regarding its course of action and response. So we can decide what to do with our own body, with our own self also. Like, if there is some kind of food, I will decide whether it is good or bad for me. I will take the decision. This is me who will decide. Body has no choice. If you said eat it, it will eat it. If you say don't eat it, it will not eat it. Okay. Many people say that my body craves this, my body craves that, my body demands, my body is not able to tolerate this. No, it is not like that. Body will tolerate whatever you tell it to tolerate until it is capable of doing this. Always. The body's response is definite. It is fixed. Body does not have a choice. For example, if you eat a healthy food, the response to the healthy food is like body will get nourished. If you eat some very tasty apple or something like that, this apple will nourish your body. Instead of eating an apple, if you eat datura fruit is poison. So body's reaction to this datura's fruit is it will try to protect itself, and if the datura fruit's poison overcomes the body, it slowly, some parts of the body will get destroyed. Its response is fixed. Nutritious food will nourish the body, unhealthy food will damage the body. Its response is always fixed. And response of the self is not fixed. It is decided by the self itself. We will decide, we will choose how to respond to various circumstances, what to eat, what not to eat, what to do, when to sleep, when to get up, when to do exercise, how much exercise to do, everything we will decide based on our own knowledge, whether it is knowledge or assumptions, whether we know the actual facts or we are just assuming that whatever people are telling is true. That is what decides our own response. I will give you a simple example. Your body, it allows anything which is harder than its density, anything harder than the body, if it is pressed against the body, which is also sharper, body will allow it inside it. For example, if you pierce a needle, the needle, if it is very sharp, it will, body will allow it. That is the response, and the response is definite. It will always respond any sharp object. If you pierce into the body, it will allow it inside. Now, if you put a leaf on the body and try to pierce with the leaf, it will not allow, because the leaf is very soft, it will not allow. So body's response is fixed. Now, if the person who is piercing the body with a needle, if he is a doctor, then yourself will take a decision. If doctor says, I would like to pierce your skin with this needle because I want to take some blood, or I will inject some medicine, then you will say, okay. Self will take a decision, yes, it will allow. Doctor will say, no, go there, the nurse will give you the injection. You will ask, is she experienced? Doctor will say yes. So you assume that the nurse is going to help you. So you go, and nurse will give you injection. You are ready to take it. But suddenly someone tells you, see, this nurse is not a nurse. Actually, she is someone who ran away from the mental hospital and she is wearing the dress of a nurse. Now you have assumed that this nurse is a mental patient and she is not a nurse. Now you will definitely not take the injection given by this nurse, because you are thinking that based on the fact that the other person told you that this nurse is a mental patient. But then the doctor came and said, no, the nurse is very fine, but the person who told you is the actual mental patient who ran away from the mental hospital. Now that you are confused, still you will believe what doctor said, and then you will take the injection. So self, based on whether assumptions or based on the inputs from others or based on the right knowledge, it will take a decision whether to take this medicine or not, whether to eat this food or not. It is continuously our own choice. But this choice is always based on, if it is based on right knowledge, you will be always healthy. If it is based on some assumptions you get from the WhatsApp university or from the YouTube university, or some other people told you, or someone has conditioned you that this will give you health, and if it is not based on scientific foundation, then it might harm you in the long run. So I'm just summing up what I have told you in this session. As I told you, body and self are always in coexistence, and body is a material unit and self is a unit of consciousness. And body always follows the material laws of nature, and self is central to human existence, and it always uses body like a tool or instrument, and body always follows the instructions of the self. Body is a gross unit, self is a subtle unit. So whether you are aware of what is happening in the self or you are unaware of what is happening in the self, but still something is always happening in the self, and it is always controlling the body. So to any external inputs, body's response is always definite. It has no choice. If you eat spinach, it will give you strength. If you eat datura, it will poison the body. Body will respond in such a way in which it has been designed. That is a definite response. But self has capacity to choose its response based on right understanding, or it can respond, if there is no right understanding, based on assumptions, based on conditioning, it will respond. And if the response is based on right understanding and right knowledge, then we will be able to guide our body in right way, and we will be able to stay always healthy. So this understanding part, I gave you a brief introduction. So tomorrow I will give you the guidelines, what to do to stay healthy. Tomorrow's part is understanding these principles governing our body. How to implement them in our life will be the part of the entire workshop. But what to do in a practical way to stay healthy will be explained in the next session. That is tomorrow from 3:15 to 4:15. So I will tell you about the homework. I want you to identify 3 goals to achieve harmony in health at each level. As an individual, what are the 3 goals to achieve harmony in health at the individual level? At the family level, how do you want to make your family healthy? What are the 3 goals you have as far as your family's health is concerned? And in the society, what would you like to achieve to contribute towards the society, to the health of this society? Because we are all part of this society, and if the society is healthy, then only we can always stay healthy always. And what can you do, what can you achieve? 3 goals maybe for this year, 1 year, 3 goals towards your contribution to the well-being of this nature, entire existence, the environment, to have a wonderful and enriching environment. What can be 3 goals you can imagine, you can write for yourself for the next 1 year? So you please write these 3 goals at the level of individual, family, society, nature, to achieve harmony in health. It is about only health. And one more question, one more homework. It's a funny homework, you can do it. So get a huge quantity of your favorite food. What is your favorite food? Can you write?
So some are writing idli, biryani, chapati, noodles, pav bhaji.
Yeah. So we have
So
a
many.
wide range of favorite food items.
Yes,
Right?
Pani puri, pizza.
Okay. You feel happy when you eat your favorite food?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So like as a homework, you can get a huge quantity of your favorite food and start eating it when you are really hungry. And you can take the help of a friend or family member also for doing this experiment. Now, while eating, you just observe what is happening. You just observe how is the taste of your food and how is your feeling inside yourself. So when you are really hungry, how is the food taste? And do you also get pleasure or feel happy while eating when you are really hungry? Now, once your stomach is full, then how is the taste of the food? You just observe it today. Is it the same? Like same feeling? Is it same level of taste? Less tasty or more tasty? And are you getting the same kind of pleasure while eating when your stomach is full? And now it is full up to your neck, not the stomach, till your neck is it is full. So then if you're forced to eat, now you can ask your family member or friend to force you to eat. So that is the experiment. So now if someone is forcing you to eat after it is full till neck, how is the taste when you're forced to eat till your neck, up to the neck? Okay, so just observe, and we will discuss your observations in the next class. So I hope this entire holistic human health workshop will be very beneficial to you. I hope all the students will extract maximum benefit out of this holistic human health program. And I thank AICTE on behalf of our health team for making a dream of introducing universal health principles in our education system a reality. I hope in the future it becomes a part of mainstream education right from the school level to build a healthy nation. So someone from the students, they are trying to switch on their mic. If there is any question, or I can take.
Yes, sir. We will pass on the mic to students so that they can ask at least 1 or 2 questions. And then Ranganath KV, you have some question. Mr. Albit Sunny, you have some question, beta. Aditya, you have some question, beta. You can unmute and ask your question. Roshan Kumar Singh. Roshan Kumar Singh. Beta, am I audible to you? You have raised your hand. Maybe Sri Hari, you have.
Yes, ma'am, I have a question to ask.
Yes.
Yes, beta. Please go ahead, bache.
Sir, can you please say about how to breathe?
How to breathe?
Yes, you should not put us in a jeopardy or in a confusion.
Sorry?
You should not put us in a confusion just when.
Yeah. So yeah, the thing is simply, you know, if you see our lungs, they are like balloons. They expand when you breathe in. If you have to fill the lungs completely, you need to make space in your abdomen to let the lungs expand, because when they expand, they become double their size. to accommodate that size, you need to expand the lungs in such a way that, but in the stomach, there are in the abdomen, there are so many organs. Liver is there, stomach is there. Where is the space for the lungs to become double in their size? So we need to expand our chest, expand our abdomen to facilitate the expansion of our lungs. So whenever we breathe in, so abdomen should come out, stomach should come out, chest should expand. That is the right way of breathing it. So that we say abdominal breathing or stomach breathing. That is the right way to get a maximum amount of oxygen inside our lungs.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Abhay, you have the mic with you. Rita, you want to ask question? Rohan Kumar Singh, Nishchit Lokesh, maybe Anirban Mondal. We have.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening,
please.
sir.
Good evening.
How to make? I am Aravind from Tamil Nadu, sir.
Okay.
How to make our body fit?
Yeah, this is what the entire workshop is about.
Which food we eat?
Yes.
What to do? Yes.
So we will have a entire session, one complete session on only food. So the food, whatever food we eat, there are so many principles guiding the food. Like we have to know how much quantity of food we need to eat, what is the right kind of quality of food we need to eat, and how to prepare that food, kind of preparation, principles behind the preparation. And also there are so many principles behind the consumption of food. And again, when you say quality, nutritious food is important, but we need to also see the digestibility of the food which is easily digestible. And not just digestibility, we should also see that the food which after getting digested, it should easily come out of the body. The excretability of the food is also very important. And also we have to see compatibility of the food. One glass of orange juice might be refreshing to me, to my own body's constitution. It can be causing acidity to some other body's constitution. Some other person might not feel good when they drink one glass of orange juice. So compatibility is very important. And 2-3 food items, when we mix together, they might not be compatible with each other, though individually they are healthy food items. So there are so many principles which we need to understand when we choose the right food to stay fit and healthy always. So we have an entire session on only food. So I want you to attend this session. That will be on the day 5, I think.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sundar sir, we have number of students who are raising hands, but we would just like to announce for our participants that we have this 10 minutes break, and the next session will officially resume from 4:30. That's a creative practices session. Still, we have Dr. Sundar Raj with us for some more questions. Maybe, sir, will you be there?
Yes.
For another 5-7 minutes?
Sure.
So maybe some of our participants can ask their query, but for other participants, if they wish, they can just take this quick bio break, because 4:30 sharp we'll be starting with the creative practices session, where we'll be discussing about various practices, creative practices like dance, music, drama, etc., etc. So we have this faculty member from the participant sites, Dr. B. Gopi. So you have